The Hulk isn't just fighting monsters, he's up against some of the fiercest rivals in the Marvel Universe. These villains don't just challenge his strength, they match his fury, pushing him to his limits. From brute force to mind games, here are the ones who've gone head-to-head with the Hulk and proved they're tough opponents. The Leader. The Leader, Hulk's biggest headache and most brilliant enemy. Once just a janitor in Idaho, Samuel Stearns got blasted with gamma radiation. But instead of turning into a raging monster like the Hulk, his brain went into overdrive. His intelligence shot through the roof, making him one of the most brilliant villains in the Marvel Universe. First appearing in Tales to Astonish number 62 in 1964, the Leader was created by comic book legends Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. Now, what makes him so dangerous? His mind. He doesn't need brute strength. He can outthink anyone. His brain works faster than any computer, allowing him to predict outcomes, invent futuristic technology, and manipulate people like chess pieces. And with his psionic powers, he can even control minds, turning anyone into his puppet. But that's not all. Stearns is immortal. If he dies, he doesn't stay dead. He comes back through something called the Green Door, pulling other gamma mutates along with him. He also shares a mental link with Rick Jones, who is used to messing with him more than once. Despite his genius, the Leader has one significant weakness: his obsession with Hulk. No matter how many brilliant plans he makes, his hatred for the Green Giant keeps getting in the way, leading to his downfall repeatedly. Abomination, Hulk's most formidable enemy and a monster built to win Abomination. Once, Emil Blonsky was just a guy on a mission, sent to spy on gamma radiation experiments. But one accident later, boom! He got blasted with way more gamma than Hulk ever did. Instead of becoming a hero, he became a massive, scaly green beast known as the Abomination. Blonsky is everything Hulk is. Strong, fast, nearly indestructible, but with a few extra tricks. He's got gills so that he can breathe underwater. His strength? Off the charts. At his best, he's stronger than Hulk at his calmest. He can smash through buildings, leap miles in a single bound, and take a hit from almost anything, even explosions and high-powered weapons. But unlike Hulk, his strength doesn't grow with his rage. And that's his significant weakness. The longer he fights, the angrier Hulk gets, and the stronger Hulk becomes. That's why, even with all his power, the Abomination still struggles to take down the Green Giant. But don't count him out. He's been one of Hulk's deadliest foes for years, and he's not stopping anytime soon. Thunderbolt General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, military man, Hulk's biggest headache, and later, a Hulk himself. From day one, Ross saw Bruce Banner as a problem. He didn't just want Hulk contained, he wanted him gone. But things got personal when his daughter, Betty, fell for the green guy. That made Ross more obsessed, even teaming up with villains to bring Hulk down. Then, Ross chose to become him, if you can't beat him. With help from the wrong people, he turned into the Red Hulk. Thanos, the Mad Titan, the ultimate destroyer, and the guy who made half the universe disappear with a snap. But long before he terrorized the Avengers on screen, he was already one of the most powerful villains in Marvel Comics. Thanos isn't just strong, he's an eternal, a superhuman race built for power. He's got insane strength, stamina, telekinesis, and even mind control. And if that wasn't enough, he's also one of the most intelligent beings in the universe, mastering nearly every science. However, one of Thanos' biggest rivals has always been the Hulk in terms of raw strength. The two have clashed in brutal battles, with victories on both sides. In fact, without the Infinity Gauntlet, Hulk has beaten Thanos before. That's why the Mad Titan doesn't go looking for a fight with him. He knows it won't be easy. Red Hulk. Red Hulk is not just another Hulk. He's a different beast. It turns out he's actually General Thunderbolt Ross, the guy who spent years chasing Bruce Banner. Deep down, Ross always wanted the Hulk's power for himself. And when he finally got it, he became something terrifying. Beyond this, Red Hulk is just as strong as the original, with insane power, superhuman abilities, and the ability to heal fast. But he's not just a mindless brute. He's a trained military strategist, making him one of Hulk's most formidable enemies. He burst onto the scene in Hulk Volume Number 1, taking down Wendigo and Abomination like it was nothing. He even wrecked the SHIELD helicarrier. But there's a catch. Red Hulk doesn't get stronger when he's mad, he gets hotter. The angrier he gets, the more heat his body generates, eventually weakening him. His heat can melt through Spider-Man's webs, turn sand into glass, and even blast from his eyes. On top of that, he can absorb energy, including gamma radiation and even Silver Surfer's power cosmic. Unlike Banner, he doesn't change back when knocked out. Ross stays in control, making him even more dangerous. Wrecker Dirk Garthwaite wasn't always the Wrecker. He started as a demolition worker, but his lousy attitude got him fired. Instead of moving on, he picked up a crowbar, put on a costume, and started robbing places, leaving his crowbar behind like a calling card. Then, one day, he knocked out Loki, put on his helmet, and accidentally got hit with an Asgardian enchantment. Suddenly, his crowbar was indestructible, and he had super strength. Now, let's talk power. With his new power, Wrecker went after Thor. Thor wasn't at full strength at the time, so Wrecker won, but that victory didn't last. Sif took him down. The next time he fought Thor, the tables turned, and Wrecker lost fast. That magic crowbar? It's no joke. It gives Wrecker insane strength, lets him smash buildings in minutes, and even lets him stand with Thor. At first, he had to share that power with his team, the Wrecking Crew, but he got it all back after some training. He can absorb and fire off energy, create illusions, teleport, and even control weak-minded people who touch the crowbar. Yes, and he once knocked out the Hulk with one hit. Zzax. Some rebels broke into an electric plant in New York and blew up a powerful dynamo, thinking they could shut down the government by cutting off electricity. But instead of causing a blackout, they triggered something way worse. The explosion created a strange energy fusion, and the electricity came alive. It became Zzax, a massive, walking thunderstorm that fed on human minds for power. Zzax went wild near Union Square, zapping everything in sight. Hawkeye saw the chaos on the news and rushed to stop it. Meanwhile, Bruce Banner ran into Zzax in an alley and got hit with a blast of energy. Just as Zzax was about to drain him completely, Hawkeye fired an electric arrow, giving Banner time to transform into the Hulk. The two monsters tore through the city, wrecking everything in their path until they reached the harbor. Well, Hawkeye noticed something. Zzax's electricity weakened when it hit the water. He fired an arrow with a wire straight through Zzax, connecting it to the harbor. The energy monster surged through the wire and vanished into the water, instantly gone. Above all, Zzax is pure electricity. It can absorb and release vast amounts of energy, grow stronger the more it feeds, and even control machines. It drains human brains to get smarter, burning the bodies to a crisp. Hulk's mind is too strong to be absorbed, but Zzax can still use his energy to grow bigger and hit harder. Brian Banner. Brian Banner was a broken man. He had a violent past, grew up in an abusive home, and believed his family carried something dark inside them, what he called the monster gene. He thought he got it from his father, and one day he'd pass it to his son, Bruce. But Brian wasn't just cruel in his mind, he was a person with alcoholism and an abuser, making life a nightmare for his family. Brian had no superpowers, he was just a regular guy. But he became something else when he was brought back to life during the Chaos War. A twisted, monstrous version of the Hulk, fueled by Bruce's hatred. And Bruce had a lot of it. Later, things got even worse. Brian became a puppet of the One Below All, an evil force connected to gamma radiation. Under its control, Brian could cross through the Green Door, a strange dimension tied to gamma energy. That let him slip into the minds of anyone powered by gamma, people like the Hulk, and take over their bodies. But that terrifying ability was gone when his soul was finally separated from the One Below All. Maestro. In the future, the world is in ruins. A nuclear war wiped out almost everyone. Heroes, villains, regular people. The Hulk survived, but the radiation messed with his mind. He lost control, lost his humanity, and became something worse, the Maestro. Stronger, smarter, and completely ruthless, he took over what was left of civilization, ruling the city of dystopia with an iron fist. Moreover, the Maestro isn't just Hulk, he's Hulk turned up to the max. All that radiation supercharged his strength, making him even more powerful. He's got insane durability, lightning-fast reflexes, and a healing factor that lets him survive just about anything. He can absorb radiation, resist mind control, and even see astral forms. But what makes him dangerous? His intelligence. The Maestro isn't just a brute, he's a genius, with years of experience. And unlike the Hulk, he doesn't hold back. First appearing in The Incredible Hulk, Future Imperfect. In 1992, the Maestro is a terrifying look at what happens when power, rage, and intelligence collide. He's not just Hulk's most potent form, he's Hulk's worst nightmare. Absorbing Man Carl Creel, also known as the Absorbing Man, didn't start as a supervillain. Once, a boxer named Rocky Davis dreamed of being a champion. But after a tough loss to Battling Jack Murdoch, he went down the wrong path, ending up in prison. While there, Loki gave him a potion that turned him into the Absorbing Man, giving him the power to absorb the properties of anything he touches. This power makes him seriously dangerous. If he touches metal, he becomes metal. If he touches water, he turns into water. The list continues. He's even absorbed Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, and Hulk's strength. And it doesn't stop there. Absorbing Man can absorb powers too. He can even absorb the strength or energy of those around him without touching them. Want more? He can shapeshift, grow more prominent, and even control someone's mind from a distance. In addition, Absorbing Man fought Hulk, absorbing his strength in close combat, though he lost when Hulk turned back into Bruce Banner. But with his endless abilities, the Absorbing Man is one villain you can't underestimate: Tyrannus. Tyrannus isn't your average villain. He's a mix of magic and science, and he's been around for centuries. Banished by King Arthur and Merlin to the depths of the earth, Tyrannus drank from the Fountain of Youth and became immortal. He doesn't age, and he's got a serious power boost from it. But it's not just his immortality that makes him dangerous. Tyrannus is a genius. Bruce Banner himself recognizes his intellect. He's a master of advanced technology and weaponry, using his brain to create powerful gadgets like radiation guns and teleportation devices. Combine that with his mind control powers, and you have a villain who can manipulate others to do his bidding. In addition, Tyrannus has telepathy and psychic abilities, which give him the upper hand in battle. He can read minds, control thoughts, and influence his enemies in ways they can't escape. With his tech and mental powers, he's a real threat to anyone, even the Hulk. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel.